I'm going to start the timer. You guys have 10 minutes to get 5 solid headlines using the steps, which I'll go back to in a second. Ready, set, go. I'm not going to talk as much on this one. I'm just going to be doing the thing that I told you about. So this is the thing I told you about. Valerie, it is subjective. Jess, don't use Jasper yet. That's going to be the end of the presentation. Do it manually this way. Sorry, Valerie, how do you define 5 solid headlines? Yeah, it's subjective to your skill set, your awareness of the copy. But in general, if it's not interesting to you, it's not interesting to anybody else. If it's utterly fascinating and holy cow, awesome to you, then it's probably going to be okay to somebody else. That's a good rule of thumb. Unless you're writing to a completely unknown market that you don't really know very well, and then your opinion is not valid about that. But you do the best that you can with what you have. All right. So step 1, I'm just going to follow my own dog food here. It's probably because I'm typing hard. I can mute myself real quick. All right, anybody paying attention to what I'm doing might have just seen me do something that that I just want to call attention to. This is one of Justin's videos they did about the mistakes preventing copywriters from landing high-paying clients, and there's a lot of good info, but it's 2 hours and I don't have time for that right now. So I went to youtubetranscript.com, put in the URL, and it gave me the transcript. So I could look for like the number 7 and see where it takes me. See if it'll actually like outline the problems. If not, I can kind of click around. I can maybe read through this thing. I don't know what. Okay, yeah, and maybe I find what those 7 things are, but they're going to use. Sean put another resource in the chat as well. Summarize tech. I'll go ahead and open that just because I got it. Yeah, AI powered summaries. We're going to talk about AI a little bit at the end of this. So that's it. Time. Boom. Good job, everybody. You know, I got this many headlines. I don't know how many it is. I don't think that counts. So, yep. Okay, I got 9 decent headlines during that 10 minutes. These are not super awesome, but they're all kind of problem wary and et cetera, et cetera. Who got what they got? How many headlines did you get? And what do you got on this information here? 7-ish, sweet. 7, okay.
I got 10.
10, awesome. Thomas says 1.5. Heather says 10, cool. 4, cool. Sean says 6. 4.5, 8. Okay, not bad. Not bad work for 10 minutes, right? At the time of this recording, I published something yesterday on Facebook talking about AI and how quickly people can write and ideate and things like that. And we're going to have a discussion about that at the end of this. But most people look like they generated some solid headlines based on the research that they already did in 10 minutes. Okay. So how long would have thinking of one headline for a piece of copy that you needed to start taking you previous to this? How long would you have stared at a blank page? How long would you have rewritten the same headline over and over because you're overthinking it? If you were like me, especially when I first started out, hours, days, I would get discouraged and come back to it later. You just did in 10 minutes what it takes a lot of writers a long time to do. So you've already saved a very, very large amount of time, right? Yeah, and there are an infinite number of headline generators. There are a infinite number of what do we do here? I had a bunch of swipes. Where was that thing? Maybe I clicked away from the swipes. There's an infinite number of swipes that you can model, rewrite, and attach stuff to. I didn't even touch competitors that are currently selling a product similar to what you're selling to, you know, extract some value from their headline or their lead or some of the offers that they do or their sophistication stage and all that kind of stuff. All of those things are good, and you can apply them in your own rapid copy method, and you can apply them in your editing when you take this rough draft and you start thinking through it a little bit more. Okay, working from a rough draft is much, much better than working from a blank page. Cool. So I'm going to keep this kind of split thing going on here. Let's see. Okay. CB says, curious to know why you mentioned not to use Jasper, because right now we're doing it manually. That's the honest answer. Right now we are doing the rapid copy method manually because, you know, it's the same thing. You should kind of know how math works before you use a calculator. You should kind of know how writing works before you use a word processor. And we're doing this process manually so that you can feel good when I show you what the hell you can do with AI, and also so you understand what you're trying to do, because most people don't understand what they're trying to do with AI. And it gets them distracted, or it gets them overwhelmed, or it gets them not useful information, and or they go off in a different direction. Okay. Cool, cool.